Welcome back to the Couch Commentators podcast, the fastest growing podcast in the nation, and some may say the world. Today I have Dan and James with me. The boys are here. Lucas, he's here one week, gone the other. But no one's here to face the music of the Tigers being shit. So, Dan, mate, how you going?
Mate, I've had a fucking fantastic weekend,
Yeah.
Watching the Dragons win in our hometown.
Your hometown? Yeah.
My hometown being the Tigers' hometown was absolutely phenomenal.
It may as well be your hometown because the Tigers, mate.
The Tigers don't know how to fucking defend it.
They're woeful.
What's that, for their last 10 there or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was nine in a row they've lost there, which is
And then watching the UFC
great.
before the game,
Yeah, James, mate, how are you going?
Oh, mate, I had a nice big Saturday, races into a little shindig after that, and then, I wrote myself off, and all Sunday was not feeling well, just couched out.
Yeah, it's tough, mate. It's tough. I was pretty dusty the next day too, but I persevered, and sometimes that's the best thing. You got to get back on that horse.
I probably should have. That would have fixed everything.
But Brennan, you didn't get back on the horse. You were drinking Coke all day.
Yeah, it's still, I got out, Massive weekend of sport, guys. I would put this down after watching everything. Top 5 sporting weekends for me. Like after the stuff I seen, it was amazing. Accountability now, not so amazing for all of us.
Yeah.
Except for one man. The bloke who the Coastal Sports podcast actually said Lucas can sell ice to an Eskimo. The bloke just keeps picking winners. Charlton Lane gets the win. Look, it was maybe paying about $2.80, $2.60 maybe. But
No, it got out to $4.
Blew out to $4. I'm hearing live from James.
Because that was what we bet. That was what we bet on the way home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Got the win, and Lucas another win, top punter for a reason. As I said though, all of us getting a loss. James close, but no cigar.
Yeah, it's close as Carl felt somehow not scoring when every other backline member of the Cowboys did. Just unlucky.
Poor mum, our mum.
Yeah,
decided to not even early crow. She just congratulated James.
That was
work,
nice. Yeah, just
rub salt into the wound there.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's really hard as well when you look. I thought Cowboys could have smashed Para. We'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
But then I'm there cheering for an opposition try scorer while my team's only one try in the lead. It's really desperate stuff.
Do something, Kyle. Dan, you were close as well.
Yeah, I had Dragons 1-12, which got up. Honestly, should have put 13 plus, and I wouldn't have cared anyway. And then I had Raiders 13 plus, which was closer than I thought it was going to be with the Titans.
Through that, I was close. I had Mr. Brightside. You got third place.
I don't think you can call yours close.
So what was that, about like 9 legs back by the end of it?
Oh, look. We'll get into that later, lads. We'll get into that later. So that's accountability. The multis obviously not going too well with all those losses from us. But look, now we go into listener questions. And guys, do we have a lot of them? A lot pointed at one man specifically on the couch, and it seems to be the host, me. I've been blasted here, but we'll get into the first question, and we have from Dan. If you had to pick any current or retired NRL player to beat in a 100-meter dash, who would you pick? I will go to Dan because I assume, asking the question, you've got to have someone in mind.
Look, I totally didn't say I have this like a week ago, this question.
Yeah.
Look, my answer's a bit fucked up.
Oh, God.
But Alex McKinnon.
I fucking knew where you were going, and I was like, oh, man. I could see the future happening. Oh, man.
Rough.
So I think Alex McKinnon still might give you a run for your money, to be fair.
On grass,
wheel for your
grass,
money.
I don't think his wheelchair goes that good.
Oh, we could get him an all-terrain one, 4-wheel drive, baby.
One of the little motored ones, actually.
Yeah.
No, that's cheating.
Watch out for that.
No.
Get the turbo going or something like that.
Well, you can put Tom Turbo on it.
Yeah. James, mate.
Yeah,
I'll answer who you picking.
No, I'll pick Tom Turbo and beat him after about 40 meters when he pulls up.
Which players passed away? No,
It says current or retired, not dead.
This is not deceased. I'll go. Well, David Taylor and retired. Obviously, have you seen him getting around the sticks at the moment?
Yeah,
Bloke
he's a bit,
is huge, and he was huge back in the day.
Yeah.
So
I think my old man used to call him 12 bums.
yeah.
He's now probably about 24 bums.
He's got legs like tree trunks, and I think I've got him covered over the 100-meter dash. Lucas, who would he pick? I think Jareem Buller. Yeah, I think he's got him covered.
See,
as well.
I've seen Lucas move on Campbelltown Stadium, and I've seen Jareem Buller move. I know who I prefer.
Yeah, sure.
And Lucas wasn't that flash, but we're still picking Lucas.
Back our boys. All right, now we get into the Brandon rhetoric. We have, should Brandon become a permanent Dragon supporter? Now, I must defend myself. We'll put the photo up on the screen now of me and Dan in Dragons jersey. Now, look, Dragons are probably the rival of Cronulla, so it probably stupid to wear the jersey. Yes. In my defense, I was at the Tigers game, and I hate Tigers and the fans. So I got to cheer for every try, and I was jumping up, yahooing with Dan and Brad, our other mate, high-fiving, rubbing it into the cats, the meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow,
I was singing When the Saints Go Marching In. It was a beautiful night. And look, the Tigers fans had nothing to cheer about, so we did.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy days, but
I
yeah.
mean, you're disappointed a couple of people. As in your mother and
Yeah.
good old Steve.
Yeah, people seeing the photos weren't too happy. I'm sure the Sharks fans probably will disown me. But
Probably.
look, in my defense, I'm wearing my 2016 Premiers jersey at the moment, so I'm back on the bandwagon the team. Yeah, will I become a permanent Dragon supporter? No, Matt. I do have some kind of, love for the Sharks. Now, another question from Maddie C. You'll hear that probably the next 5 questions. Will the Sharks ever have a home ground that isn't a construction site? Yes, I do believe probably after this year, maybe the next year, they will finish the apartments and that there. So, yeah, I would say so. But then they'll probably have to upgrade the stadium because they've made
No. You upgrade everything else around the stadium.
Yeah,
He's
look.
asking
Well,
that.
to be fair, they upgraded the Leagues Club. Now they're doing apartments.
Actually, you know what? I forgot to ask you guys. Should Brandon become a permanent Dragon supporter? I'm sure he actually wanted to ask you to. Dan?
Fuck no, because then we wouldn't have a rivalry.
Yeah, true. James?
No, but I understand you're just trying to get one back at the Tigers fans.
Yeah, they deserve it. Cop that. Meow, meow, meow. Will the Sharks have... Yeah, so I've answered that. Look, the Landys and the NRL have bought into the apartment, so, I mean, mate, we must be doing something right compared to your shit club.
I think Matt's just jealous that Campbelltown Stadium isn't getting upgraded around it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like...
And look, there's no atmosphere at Campbelltown Stadium, let me tell you.
Except when the Dragons are there.
I'll rip into them later in the NRL segment. So, next question from Maddie C. Thoughts on the Sharks just beating the Bunnies? Okay, I will go to James first. What are your thoughts on the game?
I think the further on it goes, like the more desperate your Souths and Titans are going to be, and I think that's what we saw over the weekend. Look, if you're a Sharks fan, you would prefer to be winning 13 plus, but the Bunnies still have good players. They're pretty much fighting for their coach. I wouldn't read too much into it.
Yep, that's actually very well said there. Dan, mate, your opinion?
Bunnies still have good players on the field. I guess they're missing a halfback, a fullback, and a couple of their other players, but they still have a good team. They just need to, get into the winning mentality. But I thought you were gonna beat them by a lot more.
Yeah, look, now I'll defend them. Their halfback, they had dropped, so technically that's fine. The fullback, yes, suspended. Latrell's a big player. He is a big player. Damien Cook also dropped, so they really weren't missing anyone. They missed their fullback.
Centre that they decided not to get surgery on last year.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Oh, there's
They
also
also dropped down to 14 players throughout the game. But again, well, the Sharks looked good, I thought. Ronaldo looked exceptionally good. Katoa also got on his usual jump to the side and put the ball down try. I think we just beating the Bunnies, as James said, they were fighting for their lives. They haven't won a game, and
they beat the Bulldogs, but they
beat the Bulldogs,
barely beat the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
they're still coming last, and I expected them to come out trying to play good, and they did all right. That grey looks good as well. Anyways, next question, Matty C again. You'll hear this for the next, as I said, 20 times at least. Thoughts on Kickout leading the Dally M and beating Nico Hines, aka the flat track bully. Matt has a vendetta against Nico, so does Lucas. What's on Kickout? Kickout, I know he's had a couple good games recently. I didn't know he was scoring that many points to get up there. Then, mate.
I mean, with this day and age, is fucking Dally M points. Fucking
All it takes is 2 games.
a drop kick from fucking coming up from New South Wales Cup could get into the fucking points contending.
Wow. That's
Honestly.
big call from Dan there. James.
Look, Kickout's been playing some pretty good football. He would have got 6 points 2 weeks in a row. Other than that, he hasn't had a bye, so
That's true. Nico would be leading, so cop that, Matt. Meow,
if
meow, meow.
anything, Ponga's got to be a bit more worried.
Nico still, however, got 2 points. Was he the best on the field for us? No, maybe not.
Did Knights play this week?
Yes. Versus the Roosters in the first game. They
So Ponga didn't get any points then.
Oh, he might have
Thankfully.
got
No, because he was on 17 last week.
Wow, the point givers are rough. He was
Yeah,
he was easily their
robbed.
best player.
He was on 17 last week.
He almost
swear to
won on the
God.
game.
robbed. There's been so much talk about the Dally M points lately. I think I've seen something Bossy blew up today about it. He blew up about Nico, actually, saying how does he get 2 points. I think he did all right. I think he got a couple tries here, so cop that.
Zach Lomax is climbing the Dally M points. I just want to say that
Well,
quietly.
That's when we know the points are wrong. We need to change the system.
Bloke's been our best player and he wants to fucking leave.
Oh, rough.
But anyway.
rough.
Wants to. I thought he is.
He hasn't signed the deal yet.
4 years I've heard Parramatta looking at.
Anyway.
Now, we go into another question from Matty C. And it is, why are the Tigers so shit? Crazy Matt asked this. Dan, your opinions?
Look, I'll just put it out there plain and simple.
They are just shit. Hear that? James, your opinion?
Yeah, look, they beat a soft Parramatta where we were just blooding a young kid, just trying to work for the future, get him a couple of games in the NRL. Other than that, they beat you guys with no one. They don't think they've beat a full strength team, and I don't think they will. They'll get a couple of wins to get whenever someone's desperate and
100%.
struggling.
Like this week against Penrith, Nathan Cleary might not be playing, so that's just
Prime Tigers
Prime
time
Tigers.
in
It might
Bathurst.
be a rainy night in Bathurst again.
It definitely could be. It could be. And look, Matt, your team's sick. Shit. Sick.
Your team's sick.
Your team's shit sick.
Shit sick.
They're all sick in the mind.
For wanting to play there.
Yeah, no. Rough. Good question though. Really good question.
Oh, his best one.
He's the best out of all of his questions. Now we got a question from Moe. He asks, can we show the footage of Brandon wearing a Great Dragons jersey? We've already shown the picture, Moe.
I think it should be superimposed over where Brandon's sitting throughout the whole show.
I may have changed the word in that question because Mo called it a filthy dragons.
Oh.
So I changed the words.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez, you
I can't
can't.
write filthy dragons.
Are you trying to silence the fans?
Yes.
Silencing the critics. Like, I could have not asked Matt's last question there because that's pretty mean to Tigers, but he wanted it, so I asked it.
Well, we've already seen the photo of you in the
yeah.
with the jersey, so
So look,
might as well just chug it right here again.
top of this jersey. The Sharks 2016 grand final winners. Now, Maui asked a second question, and it is, where do you see the Broncos finishing on the ladder this year? Can they beat the Sharks? That's a good question. And I will ask James first.
I think they're looking like a third or fourth team. Can they beat the Sharks? I definitely think they can. I think they will beat the Sharks. That's this week, yeah? That's why he's
No.
asking? No?
No, we're versing Cowboys.
Ah. Then who knows? But full strength. This is just now fantasy league.
We're just predicting the
But
future.
yes, I think the Broncos can beat the Sharks.
Mm.
Unless it's like, yeah, Reynolds could be injured for the 12th time this year. Who knows?
Do that. Dan, mate, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're a top 4 side. And do I see them beating the Sharks at full strength? Yes, I do.
Ooh. Look, now, I do think they will finish high. They've been going really well, even with all the injuries. So, as you guys have said, probably a top 4 finish on the cards for them. Do they finish higher than the Sharks? No, because we're going to fucking just keep winning for the next 20 rounds, mate. You know what? The last time Sharks were first place, guys, hear this. It was 2016.
Wait, are you guys first?
Yeah, they are.
What
Fucking
a world
is
we
this
live
league.
in. That's why I'm wearing the 2016 Premiership jersey, James. That's why we're going to win the comp. The last time.
And it was
2016.
round 20 in
21,
2016.
yeah.
It is
That
one.
was when we went on our streak of 17 in a row. Hear me out, guys. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so do I think Broncos can beat the Sharks? Probably not. Pump you guys. Cop that. Now, that is all for the list of questions. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Matt and Moe.
Thanks, Matt and Moe and Dan.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, mate.
Send more in. We look forward to them every week. Maybe not blasting me and the Sharks as much.
Keep it up. Keep
Keep
up
it up.
the
Keep it
spirit
up.
of blasting.
Hey, what about, I don't know, Parramatta? I'm
Mate,
drinking
we had a good spirited win.
Yeah, okay. Now, we go into UFC 300, guys. The
Oh.
pinnacle of the UFC. Wow, what an amazing card. What an amazing weekend of sport. And the fights were just top echelons. There was one fight that maybe put me to sleep, but I'll get to that a little later.
Maybe put me to sleep too.
I'll go through some of the fight winners. We had Bobby Green defeating Jim Miller. Rough for Miller. If you know, the bloke actually fought at UFC 100, UFC 200, and now UFC 300.
Jeez.
Congrats to him. Hats off. He made it all the way to the end. Unanimous decision for Bobby Green, though. He took the fight there. But, yeah, big props to Miller there. Another fight I wanted to talk about is Jalen Turner versus my boy Renato Moicano. Money Moicano gets the dub with KO TKO. Now, the funniest part about this fight was Jalen Turner rocked him to the ground, walks away to do a walk-away knockout to try and get his 300k bonus. Moicano wasn't fully out, so he was on the ground, gets pretty much back up within a couple seconds. And then Turner's going to Herb Dean, I believe, was the ref, and saying, "Why haven't you called it? Why haven't you called it?" The next round, Moicano gets him on the ground and just beats him with a ground and pound, vicious ground and pound, gets the win.
Jesus.
So Turner's gone from what could have been a highlight reel moment to losing to Money Moicano.
Mate, you got to make sure you finish your dinner, mate.
Yeah, 100%. And the best part about Moicano is always his post-fight interviews. Like talk about money. He talks about he needed to win. He wants to be a champion. He talked about Joe Rogan being on his new podcast he's starting.
Jesus.
He said, "Here, fucking listen, That's how he speaks. Fucking listen, Joe, you come on my podcast. Everyone wants it. The fans want it for a podcast he hasn't even started yet.
Great.
The fans want it. The fans want it.
Fans want it. I want it now.
Yeah, look, I want to listen to it, to be fair. Great fight by him. And then we go to another fight with an up-and-comer, Diego Lopez beating Sodiq Yusuff. Good uppercuts. 2 uppercuts just dropped Yusuff, and he looks dangerous. He's in the featherweight division, so in Volk's division.
Yeah, big, lanky power.
Yeah. The tattoos bit average, but
Yeah. As he earns more money, he can get them covered up with better
Yeah,
tattoos.
yeah.
Like we've seen that in the past with Sugar Show and O'Malley.
This is true. More money.
I can't even read what it fucking says.
Dream, believe.
Something.
Yeah, make it happen. I
Some dribble.
believe. Another fight to talk about is the walking muscles. Kayla Harrison beats Holly Holmes. Makes it look easy, to be honest. And
Way too easy.
Holly Holmes, an ex-champion. Yeah. Kayla Harrison's arms are huge. That's all I can say. Like, she is massive. Judo throws left and right and just beat it up on poor Holly. Couldn't survive the fight. Submission win. Next one to talk about is the one that put everyone to sleep.
Yeah, bye.
There was a comment that I seen. It was it was Alex Pereira put Hill to sleep.
Yeah.
Holloway gave G to sleep, and Aljamain Sterling put all the UFC fans to sleep.
He should really get the 300,000 bonus. Like, what?
Imagine putting millions of people to sleep. He obviously doesn't love money.
Nah.
What can I say? He was the only fighter on the card who won who didn't get interviewed.
Wow.
Which is
Shows how much they don't like him.
hilarious.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The bloke, yeah. Look,
Although he was a shit champion, fuck, it was funny when he was champion because you knew the
Yeah.
UFC weren't happy. But
mate, he got booed. I'm pretty sure at the fight event. Who gets booed on UFC
Oh,
300? I
That's
don't know.
pretty bad.
You feel for the bloke because at the same time
he's still
just,
winning fights.
He's just wrestling. He's just never seems to be going for a submission.
Yeah.
Which is something people like to see if you're just gonna wrestle, hug. A
Yeah, or at
fighter.
least be ground pounding properly.
Yeah, or posture up and do something, not just hold and just win by control.
Maybe he just doesn't know how to finish.
Well, that's a possibility. We'll have to go to Aljamain and ask him that. A bloke who does know how to finish, though, Yuri Prochaska versus Alexander Rakic, and it was a KO TKO. The bloke just goes in and swings with no fear.
Mate,
Like,
his leg was fucked up. He could
Yeah.
barely stand on it. And then, gets the knockout victory.
no wonder, like, obviously he won't be able to. I don't think he'll be able to beat Pereira eventually. Like, he already lost, but the way he fights, he just goes in without fear and just swings and gets the win.
Performance of
Rakic
the night.
performance of the night because it was just a clean knockout. Prochaska is one of the dangerous fighters.
Yeah. It's just, if anything, it shows the alarm bells of the light heavyweight division that Alex Pereira is just so far ahead because he made Yuri look like out of his league. Yeah.
Look, he's a samurai, and I believe that. Perhaps I don't care what other people say about you.
And look at his hair. He's just
Yeah, he loves to do like some samurai shit. He didn't do it this fight, although he bowed down. I guess. Now we get to the main card, and
the big fight. Not
huge
stat
fight.
padding.
We so wanted everyone at the at West Leagues where we were watching it wanted Cody Brundage to get that win at $11 odds. We wanted it, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Bo Nickel, I was whelmed. I don't think he really didn't stand out to me.
It was alarming, because he looked vulnerable to a guy that definitely shouldn't have been in the fight.
Yeah, he's wrestling. I don't think it'll hold up against the Dagestani wrestling, to be fair. Or the Sambo,
we'll have to see. Yeah,
I think Hamzat would absolutely murder him.
he'll get monstered by him.
But yeah, look. As for that, he's got the submission win on a bloke who he put up a bit of fight, but nothing to toot their horn about for Bo Nickel when they try to shove him down our throats on the main card. Because Yuri should have been on the main card, to be fair. But anyways, we go to the next fight, which was Charles Oliveira versus Arman Sarikian. And this was a pretty interesting fight. Went the distance. I wanted it to be 5 rounds. I did.
Yeah, probably should have.
Charles, what he does is he tries to sub him every now and
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
He actually tries stuff on the ground. He had about a couple guillotines. I think he had a Darce choke or something
Yeah.
as well. Like, yeah, he tried so many times to sub this bloke, but Armin could just literally survive on
Yeah.
0% oxygen, it seems, and just keep going.
One good thing I liked about this, the whole of Charles Oliveira's trainers,
Yeah,
they're all bleach
they're
blonde as
all
well.
bleach blonde. It must be a thing going around his camp that you have to have blonde hair to train.
Maybe it's a 2-for-1 special at the barbers, so that they just keep it.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. So you would think now Armin's looking closer and closer to a title fight.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a win against Charles. You got to almost be first in line now.
Well, yeah, you would think he now jumps the rankings. As for Armin, looks good. Good fighter. Good the wrestling, as we said, he got out of so many bloody subs, but yeah, got the split decision win. Some people call him for Charles to win, but look, I did see it as Armin's win.
Yeah, I was pretty much on the same boat.
Now for the best fight of the night.
Now for the best fight of the night. Best fight. This will be a future Hall of Fame fight, arguably. We had the BMF belt, the Blessed Man. What is it? I think Blessed Man belt. He called it after the fight, Max Holloway, because he's Max Blessed Holloway. Now Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje. Wow. What do I say more than that? It was swanging, it was banging. Justin lit up Max Holloway's front lead leg with kicks, welts everywhere on that calf.
Don't forget that fucking Justin had a broken nose nearly the whole
Justin,
fucking fight.
First round, spinning heel
That fucking
kick.
kick was crazy.
Would have been struggling to breathe, struggling to everything. Holloway
not even showing the signs of his leg being that badly bruised. Holloway's just like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, keep going.
Holloway with 2 eye pokes to Justin in the second round.
Look, the finish let everyone forget about how egregious they were from Max Holloway.
Mate, 2 eye pokes. The bloke couldn't breathe. The
One
bloke
in
couldn't
each
see.
eye.
Yeah.
One in each
he
eye.
couldn't see or breathe. How was he supposed to fucking
But really, he was just beating up on Helen Keller by the end of the fight.
Say he survived almost the full fight.
But,
It's crazy.
Justin also dropping Max at one stage. They didn't count that as a knockdown.
Didn't they?
Nah, they
No,
counted it
that's
as a
just
split.
fucking saving the
Even
leg.
Max after fight said, "Nah, he
got
me." Yeah,
That's just trying to save the legacy of Holloway. That's
the legacy of never being dropped. So Justin, look, he put up one hell of a fight, and then the finish, guys, like, wow. Next time, I don't think anyone's ever gonna take the offer of Max pointing down to the ground saying, "You me right now, we swing."
And like to do that, you got to be in a position where Max was, because the other guy has to have something to get out of it. Like obviously, like Max had the fight won. He had
Max
no
up,
need to do it.
Yeah.
So he asked anyway, and
I had him up. Well, after the whole fight, I said 4-1.
People were saying
Justin,
3-2.
That's one of the judges scored it 2 rounds to Justin.
Like, when the ref called him in, and they just fucking started swinging for it. The fucking crowd at the pub at West League was fucking going off, cunt.
Justin, I think Justin was throwing punches like both from considering the mouth guard. I thought he was closing his eyes when he swung because he did not land one.
Couldn't see.
And Holloway just clean shot.
1 second left.
1 second left on the card, and put him to sleep. The photos of Justin, poor bloke.
He would have 2 black eyes because of the eye pokes as well as the punches. A broken nose.
Broken nose.
Which also, doesn't.
And he lost his belt.
Yeah, and he loses his belt. Ah,
mate.
Poor bloke.
But yeah, for Max, wow, hats off to him. He is a future Hall of Famer. That fight will be a future Hall of Fame on the wing, the fight wing there. But yeah, wow, what a fight! Honestly, the fight of the card. Because I didn't expect it to go that way. We talked about Justin probably getting the win on the couch. We were all tooting his horn, and to our surprise, Max wins, and then calls out Ilya Tapuria. Did you see the video
he
footage?
didn't seem too keen, did
He looked a little
I was
afraid.
just sitting there like,
he? After seeing him go up a weight division and knocking a guy out.
Yeah.
who the fuck is that guy?
I think that would be a very interesting fight because obviously Max's chin is indestructible.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, what a fight that was. And now the next fight, Zhang Weili versus Yan Xiaonan. Unanimous decision to Weili. Look, it was, as Dan alluded to, look, I think it was more entertaining than the...
it was entertaining.
About 10 times more entertaining than Aljamain Sterling.
When on the feet, Yan looked like she was definitely outclassing Weili, but then Weili just took her to the ground and just kept controlling, going for subs, all that sort of stuff.
And
That's
put
the
her
thing,
to sleep.
Yeah.
it was a much smarter and at least aggressive ground work.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that's her only way of beating someone. It was just that was the only way she could win that fight.
Like, what round was it? Like
Yeah,
they were
how
on the
was it?
ground.
Was it round 1 or 2? She
It was
put her to sleep.
one of the first 2 rounds. Yan
she
was
literally puts her to sleep.
fucking. She was literally out cold.
The ref held her up.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the trainer said, "Is it alright if we wake her up?"
Yeah.
Like,
And then they were questioning whether they used smelling salts, but apparently he like pushed the bridge of her nose up to help get air in.
yeah.
And
Lucky for her, like, obviously, if you've been slept by a fist or something, concussions lasting, where that you can kind of recover from. Most people recover within the minute or two. So she was able to recover and still fight.
Luckily, it was at the end of the round.
Yeah, so she
happened,
had 30 seconds or whatever
Yeah.
to.
As for me, though, I had the fight to not go the distance. Fuck. Lost my money. Look, no, good fight. China, the real winner there.
Yeah, first ever Chinese fight in the UFC.
Chinese fight, and yeah, I think it was just to get the numbers, the views.
Yeah,
Dana's a smart man, mate. He's a smart man.
Smart man.
Now we go to the main event, the pinnacle of the UFC 300. And we all seen this happening.
Did I see it happening? How it happened? No, no.
Did you see it happening as quick as it happened?
No.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah. I laugh at all the comment sections of saying Jamal Hill would sleep Pereira. Who's laughing now? Pereira with his how it led up to it, the nut shot.
Yeah,
Herb
obviously he must
in.
have clipped the top of the box because it didn't affect him, but you could hear the sound.
Herb comes in. Nah, mate. I got business to do. Pushes him away. Well, pushes his head away, and then continues to left hook Jamal to Sweet Dreams Hill. And then showboats with the look at him now. Look at him.
The celebration of the knockout was the best.
Because like Jamal had been talking so much shit throughout the press conferences to Alex that he was going to sleep him, and look, we've seen that happening. Where for Alex Pereira next, he said he wanted to go to heavyweight.
Yeah, he alluded to being ready to fight in like was it 3 weeks time at Brazil? Give me the heavyweight.
Yeah, he wants to fight again. Heavyweight. I would love to see him fight Aspinall.
Yeah, that's what he was sort of alluding to.
Imagine he gets to be the interim heavyweight champion, the light heavyweight champion. He's been the middleweight champion. The bloke has in his 8 fights beat 5 ex-champions or champions.
Mate, seeing that knockout makes me believe that punch record that he set even more.
Because it didn't seem like it was like that much.
No, and it sort of grazed him as well. Like it wasn't even full.
The amount of power he must pack in those hands. Fists of stone.
Yeah.
And look, that's UFC. Any other talking points?
Announced yesterday, Conor McNuggets returned.
Oh yeah. Conor McGregor will be back. Still will believe it when we see it. Maybe he pulls out with steroids. Who knows?
They got rid of Asada. USADA, sorry.
Yeah, they got rid of Asada. So Conor can do what he wants there. Something I did want to bring up was the fight of the night, and it wasn't actually a fight that happened this night. It was a fight that happened ages ago. It was our man Chael P. Sutton is now in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
His fight against Anderson Silva, mate. Wow. Yeah, look, when you beat a man for how many minutes, James?
Yeah.
You beat a man
Four
for
rounds.
the full fight, and he puts a little choke on you, and he's declared the winner.
He throws his legs around your head for 30 seconds and he wins the fight.
Yeah, look,
I just thought I was surrendering the round.
Chael is still undefeated in my heart. So now we go into UFC done. UFC done. We go into NRL talk. And look, Dan has something he wants to talk about. Who let Dan cook is what we're calling this. So Dan, rip it as
Look,
much as you want.
this is me ripping on the Tigers fans because fuck them. So as we all know, Dragons and Tigers was quick and easy demo job. Get in there, get the 2 points, and go back to beautiful Wollongong. All the Dragons played well except for Blake Laurie. Bloke deserved to go to fucking reserve grade. Can't catch a ball.
Mm-hmm.
But enough shitting on the Dragons team. Let's get to the Tigers. Dream Buller must have been dreaming of being at the Roosters because he did fuck all.
Pop that.
David Clemmer is older than the lint in my fucking belly button. Needs to be in a retirement home.
Cop that.
Jaden Sullivan must have been smoking some bud before the game because he thought he was the best player in the world and didn't want to pass the ball.
Cop that.
I don't know why they call Charlie Shitstains the Forbes Ferrari. He was more like a Forbes Ford Focus that can't get out of first gear.
Cop that.
Got that.
And that's who let Dan cook.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I could have gone into more, but, the brain wasn't cooking enough.
And what do you want to say about that, Lucas?
Nothing, because he's not fucking here. He can't defend himself or his Tigers.
Now, we go into who impressed us. And I have a feeling I'm going to hear one team from all three of us. The Sharks. Dan, mate, who impressed you?
Fucking on Thursday night, Joey Manu.
Yeah.
370 fucking run meters.
That was impressive.
That's insane.
Twice he's hit those kind of run meters before.
Yeah.
Didn't he do 400 for
Something like that, yeah. And then Josh Addo-Carr's second half hat trick.
Yeah.
That unfortunately still didn't win him the game against Storm. And obviously the Dragons because they beat the Cats. Meow meow meow.
Meow meow meow. Cop that. James, who impressed you?
Para bias, but I'll go Dejan Arce. I knew he would make a bit of a difference. He's a bit older, a bit more composed, better defense and stuff. But 2 tries, a field goal, and I think a try assist. Pretty good first game for the year.
Yeah.
First game back, rip and tear and get the win.
Yeah. So I'll go Arce.
Nice. Who impressed me? The Bulldogs. Dan already said it. Although losing, I think that's one of the best performances they've put out. And for me, I think Connor Tracy at fullback might be their go-to. Look, Blake Taff, good player. Do I think he offers as much as a Tracy who he runs the ball back with full head of steam. He plays similar to Dylan Edwards in a way.
Yep.
And I think the Penrith style is what Bulldogs are going for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, would he be more suited? I think so. I don't know.
Out of the 2 of them, I think he is. But it was good to see him give Crichton a full set to prove himself.
Yeah.
Was that how long they gave him until he
Mate,
switched in?
I think he started the game and literally after a set he was in center.
Fuck me.
He just wore the one on his back.
Yeah. You did so well, Crichton. We're now going to put you back to centre.
Yeah.
But yeah, look. To be fair, Crichton's left side defense is
Very valuable.
Yeah, top of the leagues kind of stuff. It's premiership winning 3 times in a row. So you'd kind of think if you to stop Melbourne, you need him out there. Other than that, impressive. Sharks look so good. Top of the table stuff from us. Now, who let you down? And I want to start first here, lads, because I have a quarrel, hatred towards people of the West, where we come from. Campbelltown Stadium, the Tigers fans let me down. You know why?
Why, mate?
Because they could not fucking have an atmosphere for shit, mate. They tried to do a Tigers chant maybe twice.
Twice. They sold the place
I'll
out,
give
didn't
him
they?
3 times. 3 times.
3 times maximum. And it went for maybe 2 rounds of Tigers. That's it. That's it. It was
Wow.
dead silent for most of the game. Obviously, not much to cheer for when the Dragons are pumping them. But then they try to do the Mexican wave.
The Harold Matts boys.
The Harold
are
Matts
trying-
kept
trying to
starting
get
it.
the fucking-
They do it. It would get to 1 point every time to stop. I think it's the West Magpies supporters or the Balmain supporters or whatever.
Wow.
They wouldn't do it. It's like, cop that. Cop that. How's that for atmosphere? The only time they would cheer is like if David Clemmer hit someone around the head. But yeah, look, it was good to be on the Dragons side for that game because I got to cheer while the Tigers fans suffered in silence. But that's who let me down. Enough of that. Dan, mate.
Look, you took the words right out of my mouth. I let you down. Because if that game was played at fucking Wynn Stadium, you would not be able to hear anything.
Yeah.
There would be chants everywhere for the Dragons. But, there was barely any chance anyway. And then another team that let me down was the Raiders because they lost me my multi. You fucking dogs.
Raiders.
You weak-gutted dogs.
Raiders lost you the multi. Got the win, lost the multi. James.
If I'm just bagging out people for losing me my bets, Carl Felt. Look, you should have been an absolute sure figure against Parramatta. We suck. Didn't know if you know that. You let all your friends score. Tom Chester inside you scored, but you couldn't cross the line. In all seriousness, who let me down? I thought the Titans were going to win that game yesterday, and they just found a way to lose it.
Right at the end.
Right at the end. So, I'll say the Titans.
Titans let you down. Speaking of the Titans letting us down, like there was 2 Golden Point games, and there's some controversy amongst both of them. So the first being we'll say the Titans Raiders. Now, I don't know if you've seen the press conferences from both coaches, but Desi was blowing up saying the refs he was saying the refs are cheats.
Yeah.
And look, the Raiders were offside in a charge down attempt.
Yep.
So he may have been right. There was also an 8-1 penalty count to 8-1 set restart count to
I'll tell you what,
Raiders.
Well, like you bagged out the Tigers. The Raiders are good at that and getting their crowd into it because the exact same thing happened last week.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a good crowd against you, it's hard for the ref to go against them, And but yeah, no. So there was a lot going wrong for the Titans, but they still managed to get that close. Ricky Stewart then blowing back up at Desi Hasler. Did he call him a cheat?
Yeah, he did. I think I remember hearing that, yeah.
He called him a cheat. So
a bit of the pot calling the kettle black bloke. So, I can't believe he's blowing up about a ref. Ricky, you do it every second week.
He called him. Now I remember. He called him a cheat because he said their tactics were dirty, of old-esque of holding the ball and bringing wrestling into the game again. And he's like, if they want to do that, then we'll bring it back in as well. And I'm going,
like, what?
And they were the ones who were playing 8-1 set restarts. But yeah, I don't know. Look, that was I love a Ricky blow up. I love a Desi blow up. So
yes,
that's
cinema.
Great. Can we bring those two teams to verse each other every week? Yeah. That's good stuff. And then there was the other game. Look, there was a penalty that got Warriors the 2 points that led to a draw against Manly. Did we see it, and opinions on it?
I hate to say that I have not seen this.
You haven't seen it?
It was where Johnson went to kick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Manly player attacked his leg.
That was very similar to
I
the
did
Lockie
see that. Yeah.
Except
injury.
Johnson didn't get an injury.
Yeah. Look, for me, I don't know.
Been a penalty for years. James Graham, Easter Friday, Bulldogs versus Rabbitohs. He was one of the first ones I saw. He dove, took out Reynolds, I think, around the ankle on the kick. And that was a penalty, lost him the game. It doesn't happen often, but it's always been a penalty.
Look, there may have been a bit of milking, but
still,
each their own. You can't,
mate. If that's just on a normal kick, it's a penalty these days.
Yeah.
As for that, I mean, a draw. You don't see those come around too often.
No.
I thought there was going to be 2 draws yesterday because it came down to like the wire just to get that.
Yeah, it was like the
last
87th minute or something,
Yeah,
wasn't
Fogarty slots it. What a loss for Titans. Jamal Fogarty's been.
Oh, that has got to be one of the worst pieces of business ever.
And now the fact the bloke that they thought was going to be their next big thing, Tanner Boyd, getting dropped. Like,
Yeah.
that's a yeah. Look,
But
that's a
they
yikes.
got good old Pops Foreign.
They got Pops Foreign for another couple of years.
Yeah, that was the best part, is that they got rid of Fogarty, went, oh shit, we need an old experienced
Yeah,
half.
we need
So they
someone
had to
who's gonna
buy
lead.
for it.
Let's sign 36-year-old Foreign.
Yeah, look, rough for the Titans, but they look for a win soon, and hopefully they can do it. Now, Dan has wrote David Clemmer somehow not getting suspended. I'm on the board for that because, like, Nick Hora got 2 weeks. Dom Young got, I don't know how many weeks.
Sevo got like 4 weeks at
Bebo
the
got
start of the
4
year.
weeks.
Oh,
How
was it?
does
Yeah.
Clemmer get to hit 2
And-
blokes' heads
Yeah.
and get away with it?
That's for doing it. Like, those ones are doing it for once in a game.
Yeah.
Clemmer literally killed 2 people on the field. Like, Kyle Flanagan was out cold.
Yeah.
And then fucking, was it Jack Bird, the other one he hit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. Protected.
You're a
West
dog.
Tigers protect the species.
You're a dog, David Clemmer.
And like they pissed off Lee Hatchapatelis, like, so usually he would be the lawyer for him.
That's it. Yeah, look, to that I say, fuck the Tigers. They always get everything go for them, like, you know, injuries, that sort of stuff to the other teams. Like, the NRL just wants them to win, you know. That's it. Now we have Kikau, Ponga lead the Dally M's. We talked about this list in the questions. Both on 17 points. So Kikau jumping up there. Nico gets another 2. So have that. Soon to be Dally M winner. Now looking ahead to weekend at Bathurst as well. So the country game there. Bathurst Tigers get to verse Penrith. We know how that went last year. So that was Tigers' first win in like a year or something.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I think it was a long time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The new Prince of Leichhardt back, the one that's from Campbelltown, but
Yeah.
they don't care about Campbelltown. They can't even win a game here.
Yeah.
Lockie
Lock-
Galvin's
Lockie
back.
Galvin.
Yeah.
He
No more
gets-
Bud Sullivan for him.
It's the play on a flat track without Cleary, so
Maybe.
They
We
might
don't
get
know
it.
for sure yet.
we don't know for sure. Hopefully, for my fantasy team, fingers crossed. Because I
Lucky
need 'em.
Galvin, the new flat track bully.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tigers are the new flat track bullies. I'm calling it now. Can't get a win against a real opposition.
Look, I won't say my opinions on the Cowboys possibly being.
What's the Sharks vs Cowboys this week? That's a flat track right there.
Flat track versus flat track.
All right, so that's the NRL talk. But now we go to Leachy's fantasy locks. Last week I said Tamari Martin to bring in. Look, he got a 34, so not too bad. He's going well as long as he's getting points, scoring, attacking points is what I'm trying to say. I think he had a try assist and a line break assist, that sort of stuff this week. Which, if he can do that every week,
Yeah, and
Which he can.
he'll verse easier teams, but it is a bit worrying that he had those attacking
and get
stats
the,
and got 34.
Yeah, look, it's tough, but still,
Yeah.
was I wrong? He made money, so I take that. Now this week, I've already bought both of these blokes in.
Jeez.
Look, unfortunately for you guys, I do this before Teamless Tuesday, so I would have told you last week to bring in Iro and Crichton, both scoring really well, 40 points and a 61 for Crichton. The week before he scored a 59, so Angus Crichton is a must buy this week. He's looking the goods. He's who impressed me this week for the Roosters.
Yep.
He just looked so well. As long as he's getting those minutes, he should pump out those sort of scores. Before, like, he used to be a must-have in fantasy. So, as long as he gets the minutes, he should be a lock, a guarantee.
Going back to who impressed me,
Uh-huh.
that forward from the Knights. I remember his fucking name.
Ah,
Yeah, one
the
of those
villain from
ones.
Superman.
Pierce Paul.
Yeah, that
No,
one.
I was thinking of the wrong one.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's amazing.
James was on him from early. I wish I got on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I jumped on that train. He's now like 660k
Yeah,
in fantasy. And
rough to get him.
I just want to bring up a stat about fantasy. Did you know Zach Lomax is only owned by 2.8% of people playing fantasy.
Yeah, he just started at an awkward price.
He gets like a 60 nearly every week.
Yeah.
And he was unproven at wing. So we
Yeah.
don't know if he was going to go well or not. But now
I think he's got like 130.
he's now looking good. He is looking good. Another bloke I want to like. He's on my cusp of trying to get is Wade Egan. Bloke's looking good. Looking good. James has unfortunately had to deal with him last year. The injuries are the worrying side for Wayne. The concussions, the injuries.
The moment I bring him back in again, he'll start missing every second week on me.
But
I've got my dummy half set. I'm not changing it.
he's going really well. He's about that 660 maybe or 630.
Yeah.
Could be worth a sneaky look. Now, that is all for Leachy's Fantasy Locks. Look forward to next week. Now we go to horse racing. We're going to give a bit of our opinions, and then we'll head to Lucas because he does have a bit of a segment for us. Now we'll go. Firstly, we met PG Moody, James.
Yeah,
we went to the races. We met PG.
Yep, it was a successful trip to the races. If we got to meet PG Moody,
I heard he called you ugly.
Look, there may have been talks of that. He's a big fan of the podcast. He said that to us. We're also big fans of his podcast. We may have asked for a photo to put it on the Instagram, and he said something along the lines of like,
people will have to see that. Or
yeah,
something
people
like that.
have to see that. So it was kind of like a stab at him and us. No one wants to see that kind of photo of all of us in it. But yeah, he was good. We also asked him about his thoughts on his podcast member, Anthony Bifford, and he just laughed at him because they have a bit of a feud a lot of the time. But yeah, look. Seeing him, he gave us a tip or two, and he said just back his horses. And look, they came in. Anisa beating Lady of Camelot in the Percy Sykes Stakes.
Yeah, that was my fucking multi.
Yeah,
My horse racing multi fucking horse.
Look, it looked good. Lady of Camelot.
The big one though.
The big one, yeah. The big one was the Australian Oaks. Kestrel, the short favourite. But Autumn Angel flies home to win the Oaks. Wow.
We had a few happy boys standing on the fence for this one.
We're very happy. We got the quaddies.
We got the quaddies.
Something we have to bring up is we are the quaddie kings.
Yeah.
First quaddie, look, that was really good. That was good. We all got a return of about $100 each.
Yeah.
Yep.
bad.
Then the second quaddie. Let me tell you, guys, that was bad. That was really bad.
You can't call that a win anymore.
We won, but we technically lost $9. So a lot of favourites got up. And look, our percentage was low, so it ended up
Did not help.
We lost money. But we are the quaddie kings.
Yeah, quaddie kings.
Quaddie kings. But yeah, look, great day at the races, and it was topped off by one race. It was the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. Hands down, best race I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
To see it live was amazing. Pride of Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block starts the race off. They're all pretty close. It obviously gets to the front, as it always does, and it just starts going, and it puts about 38 lengths on Mr. Brightside, my Leachy's lock.
You're a bit concerned at this point.
The thing is, I was concerned, but then I was amazed, and the whole Randwick's straight was just clapping it home, cheering it home, because it was like, this is amazing. This is something you just don't see to a Group 1 field. Look, Lucas wants to question the horse, and we will throw that out later. But Pride of Jenny just storms home, still ends up winning by about 6 lengths.
Yeah, I think it was 6.5 official.
Yeah,
like hard to obviously
like
sustain that pace for the whole race, but like they end up catching up. Brightside getting a place, and the dollar. How much favourite was it? Via Sistina dollar.
I don't think it was that short. Was it?
I swear it was short. Maybe got to.
Maybe
$30
or something.
Yeah. But Via Sistina getting second place, ended up jumping Brightside, but like that was literally just a race for second. Like the rest of the field gave him that much of a head start. It was
that's like So V Sistina was, I think, a length and a half ahead of Brightside, but there was still a 6.5
Yeah.
gap between V Sistina and
Yeah.
Pride of Jenny.
It was amazing to watch, and it was blasted all over the media outlets, like everyone just saying how good of a race it was to see. I'm just so glad we got to see it live, honestly.
Wow, yeah. Look, either this will be known as one of the greatest races by a horse ever, or this will be did Pride of Jenny juice up?
Oh, we find out this horse is on horse roids. Look, I want to put in question: does this horse know Stephen Dank? Does Pride of Jenny frequent Mr. Dank? Because as Lucas has brought up to us while at the races, this horse lost a Group 3 race
About 2 years ago.
about 2 years ago, came out 8th. So now it's going into Group 1 races and putting a gap job on them.
It was only a little bit off the track record.
Yeah.
And Lucas said it's like 6 years old as well. Like
6 years old. So the progression of, you could a couple of years, if you're a 2-year-old to maybe 4-year-old, you might be getting that high, but a 6-year-old, are you really losing Group 3s and now putting gap jobs in Group 1 races?
And we've never seen a horse do what it just did.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
The lungs on that thing.
why can't it do that all the time?
Yeah. Look, who knows? We don't want. This is all alligator.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, look, I hope it didn't.
Yeah, look, because we get to say we've seen one of the best races ever. So, but yeah, Jenny from the block. Jenny from the block. That's all for horse racing. Anything else you want to check in?
Nah, Lucas will probably have a 20-minute spiel.
Yeah, so we'll leave it to Lucas. Enjoy whatever he has to say.
G'day guys, Lucas from the Couch Commentators podcast here, coming at you with the horse racing segment for the week. Guys, Randwick on the weekend, some unforgettable performances, some that we will never forget. It was a fantastic day of races. Me and the boys, a couple of the boys, were lucky enough to be there on the day to witness some history. Look, we're going to start off with the Percy Sykes Stakes. So the Golden Slipper winner, Lady of Camelot, was looking to possibly snatch the 2-year-old horse of the year crown with a win here, but she was held off by the perfect ride from Damien Lane aboard the Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman trained Anisa. Now Anisa snuck through on the inside rail while Lady of Camelot went wide. She took the lead from about the 150 onwards and proved too strong. That 4-kilogram weight difference that Lady of Camelot gave Anisa really showed there. So look, Peter Moody said it best. Anisa must have had 6 or 7 starts by now, but he said if you've got a 2-year-old that's up and still running, you take the opportunity to keep them running just in case they don't come back as a 3-year-old. So that's what Moody has done with Anisa there, so fantastic from him. And unlucky to Blake Shin with Lady of Camelot. Just another one, guys, in that race that really stood out to me was El Morzillo. He just kept fighting on. He looked gone for all money in the straight, but fought on for 4th. So he's one that we should really take out of this race here. And we'll pay attention to him for the next few races. Next up, guys, we had the Arrowfield 3-year-old sprint. The bubble prick has been burst of Osmosis, guys. Osmosis had his chance. He jumped, sat in a 1-1. What more could you want? He come into the straight and he just did not let down. Whereas Jolie Starr, who all week was rumoured to be one of the ones to watch for this week, she went from $8.50, firming all the way into $5, second favourite. She got the win there with Jamie Carr on board. First up, the 1,000 Guineas winner comes back at 1,200 metres and goes bang. Where does she go from here? Possibly to Queensland for a Stradbroke, who knows? Osmosis could be retired, could be off to stud. That'll be interesting. We'll see where that goes from there. Next up, in my opinion, was the race of the day, maybe the race of the Autumn Carnival. The Star Australian Oaks. Here you had Zardozi, Godolphin's runner. You had Orchestral, the Boom New Zealand filly, who came here on the back of numerous win after numerous win. And then you had Autumn Angel, trained by Peter Moody and Kath Coleman. She ran last week. She backed up into the Australian Oaks. Now, she was carrying 61 kilos in the Adrian Knox 2 weekends ago. 61 kilos. She only just gone down on the line to a horse called Good Banter, who had 53 kilos. Mark Zara jumped off board and instantly said to Peter Moody, if you don't back her up in the Oaks in 7 days, you're crazy. Moody saw how she was during the week. He decided to heed those expectations and listen to what Mark Zara said, and he went bang. Settling at the rear of the field in that race, he came off heels, coming into the straight with Zardozi to his outside, and put the foot down. Orchestral, maybe the 8 or 9 runs she had this preparation finally caught up to her. She wasn't at her best. Zardozi didn't have the turn of foot to go with Autumn Angel, but goodness me, did Autumn Angel explode. She, paying $6, juicy odds, she gets the win. Zardozi in second place, an Orchestral third. You know, in hindsight, that's probably one of the easiest trifectas you're ever going to find. But once again, if you haven't seen that race, guys, I commend you to go watch that. Then you had the Schweppes Sydney Cup there, over 3,200 metres, with the Kieran Maher trained horse Circle of Fire 3 wide the entire trip, taking the victory there. That was one of the staying performances for the ages, guys. If you haven't watched, go back and watch 3 wide the entire trip, no cover, and still won with a fair bit in hand over the likes of Athabaskan, Serpentine and Carlapore. Fantastic performance. Into $15 favourite for the Melbourne Cup, tied with Sulcombe and Without a Fight, but we have seen in these circumstances Sydney Cup winners not coming back half as good in the spring. So just before you go ahead jumping into the futures market there, just wait, see how Circle of Fire comes back in the spring. Now, last up, probably the most remarkable thing I've ever seen on a race course. Pride of Jenny. What do you say? She goes out and leads them by, I think at one stage it was up to 38 lengths in front of Mr. Brightside, which equals to about 90, 91, 92 metres. In the crowd that day, being there, watching her go, put the foot down, it was just something you had to, be there to believe. She put the foot down. She did not stop. Everyone in the crowd, me including, thought she'll hit the home turn and she'll tire. Not once did she tire. She kept on keeping on, eventually winning by, I think the margin was about 6.5 lengths to Via Sistina in second. But, a lot has come out after this saying her win, obviously fantastic, but there were 2 different races. There was Pride of Jenny, and then there was the rest of the group. No one from that second group, tried to push on and follow her. So hence why they're calling it 2 races. But what do you take out of that? Mr. Brightside, is he a 2,000 metre horse? Pride of Jenny, is she now a 2,000 metre horse, better than a mile? Who knows? Via Sistina, I think that's a hard luck story there for Via Sistina. I still think she's clearly the best horse in the race, but it just didn't work out for her there. So what can you do? But once again, their run from Pride of Jenny is simply outstanding, and that will be played, replays, montages, you name it. That will probably be one of the, till my dying breath, I'll probably be seeing that in a montage somewhere for horse racing. So look, fair play to Kieran Maher, Declan Bates with a fantastic ride, and of course the war horse that is Pride of Jenny. Now, last up, we had the Queen of the Turf Stakes at Randwick. Zoo Gotcha for J Mac and Chris Waller. They get the W in front of Blake Shin and a tissue for Chris Waller. It was only about a nose in it. If a tissue got clear air earlier, it's very hard to say she doesn't win. But Zoo Gotcha with that bomb-proof sort of running style where it's just, you get up on the back of the leaders, you come out into the straight, you make your own luck and you go. That's what got her there in the end. So fantastic from Zoo Gotcha and a tissue there. And the other placing was Samana from Kieran Maher. Kieran Maher had a fantastic day. So that's really it for the Randwick card, guys. And then a couple of little things over there at where are we? Bendigo. So in the Bendigo Guineas, you had War Machine beating Elphinstone for Michael Moroney. You had the Golden Mile, El Soleado at $15. He's just a horse that keeps on coming on as well. He has now won 3 of his last 6 races, all impressively as well. Don't know how many times you can go to the well for him, but if he's still running the way he is, you can keep on going there. And then also we had the race number 2, which was the Vobis Gold Rush, Bold Bastille of $1.18, showing how quick she is over the 1,000 metres, with the Hayes team really placing her expertly, picking up a lot of prize money. I think she's had now 5 starts for 4 wins, and she's picked up near on $1 million in prize money, and she's not really been in any of the group style or group class races there. So fantastic placement from the Hayes team. Well, look, that's going to be it for the horse racing segment this week, guys, and I'll see you next week. Take care.
Okay,
Fuck,
well,
man, we've been sitting here for 2 hours waiting for him to fucking finish.
we've had to wait here for him to finish that, which is crazy. Man.
Yeah, I don't know if you know that. We send him a message. He quickly records it, sends it over. Then we listen to it all, and then continue the
Get back to
podcast.
it. So, thanks for Lucas for that, and hopefully he has a tip or two. If not, I'm sure we'll have some tips for you on our best bets, because he is currently on fire. Go to the socials, look for them, and follow us on all social medias. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week. Beautiful stuff, gentlemen.
Peace.
Remember what you could be buying instead.
Get more responsibly.